Pals podcast, where the proof is in the pudding and the moms, they're completely unhinged. We're 9 moms who met by keeping it real, raw, and a little ridiculous. We prank, we party, we parent, sometimes responsibly, but we always show up. Through the chaos, the carpools, and the questionable life choices, we're not the housewives. We're the pudding pals. And trust me, this pudding is thick with stories you won't believe. So grab a drink or a juice box, no judgment. Let's get into it. What's up, girls?
Well, speaking of drinks, our friend Charity started this new tequila company, Swenos Global, and you guys want to take a shot?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Pop?
Yeah, that noise always makes me laugh.
Perfect. Thanks. Charity, thank you.
Pretty glasses, Stace. Yeah. Amazon.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Ooh, it's going to be a wild night tonight.
Swenos Global, I'm loving it.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Might be our new drink of the summer.
Drink of choice.
Good. Talking about summer, you guys, what's been going on? Well, we have Stace, Ash, Deanna, and of course Danielle here.
What's been going on?
Yeah.
Ashley and I were in Pilates the other day.
Oh, God, you'll never believe what she did.
What happened?
And I drop my kids off at camp. I go to Pilates, and my phone, I always keep my phone nearby, but I'm not, unless somebody's calling me a lot, I'm not answering it, obviously. And I see this 818 number, and I'm like, this is a weird number. Who keeps calling me? Finally, they call. It was 6 times. So I take my phone, I go out, and it's like, hi, this is blah, 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 the director of the camp that my daughter's at. She was dropped off this morning, but she's actually not enrolled.
You guys, can you believe her?
And I'm like, shit. Well, I'm busy. Could she stay? She's like, yeah.
Went to a random camp.
She literally was dropped off and she wasn't in camp.
They're like, excuse me, who are you? What's your mom's phone number? They didn't even have your phone number. They had to ask her, what's your mom's
Did
phone
she say
number?
anything? Did she know when she got home or she had no idea?
Oh, she was so much. She said, Mom, I wasn't even enrolled in camp.
Mom
Sorry,
brain is just double time during the summer. It's summer's just overload.
It is.
You're at 5 different camps, a new camp every week. It's impossible.
I don't like not having a predictable daily schedule.
structure
Yeah,
It's really hard. Really hard. Really hard.
What about the camp that my kid's going to? 8 a.m.
I know.
8 a.m.
I got to
Drop
get 3
off,
kids
we're all
there at
there.
8 a.m. That's earlier than school.
It is. It's crazy.
I
it's
actually
crazy.
had to wake them up this morning.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And it's we have to rush out. We're rushing out of the house. I can barely get myself dressed.
Jordyn, tell them about Mason at camp.
Oh my God, this is a funny story. Mason went to baseball camp last week out in Malibu. And the guy comes up to me at the end and he's like, Mrs. Siegel? And I'm like, please don't with Mrs. Siegel. I'm turning 41 and I can't have any Mrs. Siegels. He's like, okay. I'm like, I'm Jordyn, this cute young guy running the camp. Adorable. And he's like, I have to tell you the funniest story about your Mason. And I was like, he's like, he's really fast. And I was like, yeah, he's really fast. He should do track, Baseball might not be the thing, but he could be really good at track. He's like, well, he was coming neck and neck for the relay race. He was in first place, tied with another kid, sliding into 3rd. And he was about to win the race. And all of a sudden he slides in and he let out the biggest fart. Stop. And the guy's like, I couldn't not call him out. He's like, in front of everyone, he's like, I embarrassed him. And I said, Mason, did you just fart? And he goes, your son's so fast and witty. He goes, I just did that for a little extra steam. See, I won. I'm like,
So cute.
He's a true pudding pup, farting, tootin' sliding into 3rd.
I love that. So
but it was a really funny story.
He's definitely a pudding pup.
He's definitely a pudding pup with his gas issues.
Jordyn got in my car. She's like, Mason's definitely a pudding pup.
Yeah.
Gas issues and the wittiness.
The wittiness. I mean, it was us to be able to think that fast. And so
that's adorable.
I asked him after. I was like, were you so embarrassed? He's like, I thought fast. I'm like,
So cute.
So cute. All right, guys. Today, this episode's going to be fun. Yeah. Tell me that none of you didn't watch TGI Fridays growing up.
Every
Nothing
Friday.
better.
Always.
And you have 2 minutes to go to the bathroom. There's no stopping.
Right? TGI. Yes. And I think it's something our kids are so missing out on is TGIF.
They don't even know what Nick at Night is.
I know, it's sad.
They don't even know what commercials are.
If they had to watch a commercial, they would have
Declan
a
calls
panic
it an
attack.
ad. He's like, why is there so many ads? I'm like, it's not an ad, it's a commercial.
It's really funny, but we're so excited because today we're joined by someone who is actually part of that iconic 90s lineup. Lambert herself from Step by Step, who
Step
I actually have
by
a really
step,
crazy
day
special
by
day, different every hour, different every day.
People we know, something, I don't know. We make it better the second time around.
And then the roller coaster.
And then it splashes on them.
Flashes on them. Oh. I have a really special connection to her, which we'll talk about. It's very ironic. But now she's an actress, director, a host, and an all-around gem. Probably every guy's first TGI crush, even our executive producer, Glenn's.
Yeah, Glenn.
Christine Lakin is here, and we can't wait to catch up with her.
Yeah, she's pulling back the curtains on growing up in Hollywood and how she stayed grounded. So let's bring her in.
Can't wait to meet her.
Welcome to the Pudding Pals podcast.
All right, Christine, welcome to the Pudding Pals podcast.
you.
We're so excited to have you here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here.
Let me introduce you to who's on the couch. This is Deanna, myself, Danielle, Jordyn, Ashley, Staci. So let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
You were everyone's TGI Friday crush.
Oh my gosh.
Especially Glenn. Sorry, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
But how did you land your role in Alan Step by Step?
Well, it's quite a story. We moved to Atlanta when I was 6. My parents and I moved all up and down the East Coast before that. And I was never very good at sports. I was always really tiny and just like, kind of picked last. And it wasn't like volleyball wasn't going to be my journey. So my mom had got me involved in dance classes, and I thrived in sort of the artistic environment. Dance and drama just like was sort of my thing. So I started going to a dance studio, and they also have acting classes, drama as it was called, and I was just like enthralled. I'm an only child. I have always wanted to perform ever since I was tiny. So I was the kid who was like, when my parents would have people over, I had the record player with like the microphone, and I'm trying to do like the Annie.
Same. I'd make them watch me play.
It's an only child thing.
Maybe it is. Nothing else. I mean, putting on the play was always
I
the
would
thing.
come down in sneakers, butt naked, and do a gymnastics performance when my parents had friends over. My mom was like, "Go away."
But you knew how to attract an audience, right? Okay. So anyway, so I started doing that, and the teacher at the drama school, of course, came up to my mom after a couple classes and said, "Have you ever thought about getting your kid in commercials?" And my mom had been approached before, but it just was something that we'd never really taken anyone up on. So finally, my mom sort of said, "Okay, like we can do a few small things." So I started doing theater, like commercials, any local movie that came through Atlanta. But we're talking like Atlanta, like 1989. Like it is not the Atlanta of today. Right. It is not the explosion after The Walking Dead. Right. But it was like small town stuff. It was great. So I'm doing theater with the theater company in a random resort in South Georgia. And a agent is there with her family from Los Angeles. And they were doing some work with Make-A-Wish Foundation. And she sees me in this show that we did for all these kids and approached my mom after and said, "I'm becoming a manager in LA, and I don't know how this would ever work, but maybe we could figure out some representation." And like, again, we weren't gonna just fly out here. My mom was like, "We are not flying out. We are not doing, the Oakwood. We are just gonna live a normal life, and if it happens, it happens." Yeah. So the following year, I came out on my spring break, and that was kind of the deal. So we came to LA for spring break. We met with the agent, like wrote some of the meals off because that's what you do when you're in the biz. And we made a demo tape because there was no Skyping. There was no, literally you had to make a demo tape on like a big Betamax tape, and that would get passed around. So at the time, the manager had connections to a very popular TV show called Full House. And I got to go onto the set of Full House and meet everyone. I was like so excited because I was also just like such a fan of everything.
Yeah.
And
Who
I'm
wasn't?
I mean, and I'm 12 years old, you know, prime time.
Looking at Uncle Jesse.
It puts his face right next to me, like I remember it like it was yesterday. I was just like, great. So, so I do this monologue on the set, and they filmed it just as like a thank you, you know, the total favor for her. And as I'm doing this monologue from the movie Irreconcilable Differences, where Drew Barrymore's character's on the stand and she's divorcing her parents, and I'm crying because that was always kind of my like actor trick, is that I could cry on cue. And so as I'm doing it, Bob Boyette, who was the producer of Full House, is walking in the control room and sees me on the monitor and is like, "Who's that kid?" And they were like, "Oh, you know, we're just doing a favor, da-da-da." So 2 months pass by, they're trying to cast Step by Step, this new pilot they have with Suzanne Summers and Patrick Duffy, and they're big stars, and they're trying to round out the cast, and they have everyone but this one role. And the actress they had fell out, and they're starting to do this search, and someone says, "Where's that kid from that tape?" So they find my tape, and I get home from school. My dad's like, "So they want to see you in Los Angeles tomorrow for this new show."
Tomorrow. I love everything's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, everything's tomorrow. And I'm like, "That's ridiculous. Who flies across the country for an audition?" You know, I was just, and he's like, "Well," again, only child, "we have frequent flyer miles, and if you want to go, I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to, you know, we can make it work." And da-da. So my mom and I come out. I do the audition for Tom Miller and Bob Boyette and Barbara Miller, who was the casting director, and they all laugh, and then I walk outside. And then they're like, "Well, she leaves tomorrow on a plane. Do you want to see her again?" They're like, "Yep, bring her back in." So I came in, do the exact same thing. They laugh in all the exact same places. And then I walked back out and I sat on the couch and like, "Okay, thank you, bye."
Yeah.
We went back to our hotel and I didn't think anything of it. And then the next morning we got a call saying, "Hey, you booked the pilot.
Oh my God.
And you start in 2 days at Magic Mountain filming the title
Oh my gosh,
sequence."
the scene, yeah.
You rode the roller coaster?
They wouldn't let us ride the roller coaster
Were you not
because it
tall
was
enough?
dangerous. Colossus, which now doesn't exist anymore. So yeah. So that's the crazy story.
Wow, that's a wild story.
Did
And
you
then-
just move there
Yeah.
like that week?
No, I mean everyone, of course, like we do the pilot. I mean, and like I wasn't even thinking about it in these terms, but because probably back then it was also a little bit different. But who rents out Magic Mountain for 2 days?
Right.
If that show isn't going,
Right.
You know.
So you know.
But
Did
that
you go on any rides
being
there?
said, I think I went in the ball pit like I was a, you know, a
So
baby.
you're not
It was
actually
like-
on the water splash?
Oh, that we did. That actually we did get to do. That was fun.
Okay.
But you know, again, like you don't know anything. You don't know if you're gonna get picked up with the pilot.
Right.
Not everybody does. The network might say everyone was great, but that one kid. And then you don't know even if it does get picked up. It might go 6 episodes and just not resonate.
Right.
So we didn't really move out. We came out. We lived at the Oakwoods, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
We lived at this, you know, it's an apartment complex that is all inclusive and has everything there. And we kind of did that for the first year. And then when we found out we got picked up for a second year, we like slowly started to build more of a life here with stuff that was more permanent.
That's awesome. And obviously the show became a huge hit.
Yeah.
And your character was loved by everyone.
Thank you.
But we have a crazy connection,
Yes,
which is
we
why I
do.
reached out to you, and I'm just so excited to meet you. I, after college, worked for Suzanne Summers for 10 years, and she was just the greatest human being, the best role model. They became like family to me. And how was it for you working with her? Do you have any special stories you can share? Because I know she's so missed, so missed.
She really is. I mean, I've so many stories. She was just one of those people who was like larger than life. Of course, I knew Three's Company. I watched Three's Company. I didn't watch Dallas.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, but I knew that show
Right.
and I knew that character. So when I met her, I was just always kind of wowed by her. But she was so beautiful, so glamorous, yet so very down to earth, self-deprecating,
She was.
kind,
Yeah.
like so thoughtful, so generous, like all of these just incredible qualities. And especially, you think about these two huge stars who decide to come back to television and then be surrounded by like a bunch of kids on a set. Like, you have to have the patience of Job to want to do that job. Now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, it sounds hard.
Sounds terrible.
But no, Staci Keenan played my sister on the show, and we talk a lot about her on our podcast, and things we remember about her. Everything from like the most simple and sort of we would have these like shallow conversations, about like why the nude heel is better than the black heel.
Oh my God, she always taught me,
Yes.
you have to wear a nude heel. Black cuts your leg off. You're gonna have short stubby legs if you wear a black heel.
So it's the nude heel with the nude hose. I mean, just like
one of the best things I remember.
Everything from the way that she dressed to the jewelry she wore. When she got really into like the fitness realm and like the cookbooks.
I remember the thigh master.
We had one.
We had a thigh master, a butt master. We had but she also would like make so much fun of herself, like laughing all the way to the bank.
Yes.
Like,
she did.
She did. And I remember specifically, so two things. There was one time I came back from a hiatus and we were talking about our summers and like what we had done on hiatus. And I always just noticed her jewelry. She had the most beautiful, fabulous jewelry. And she had this new ring on. And I remember looking and going, oh my gosh, that ring is gorgeous. And she said something to me like, you too can have a ring like this. It's called a bestseller. But it was this moment of her being like, I pound the pavement. I work really hard. And like, I made a life for myself.
Yeah.
And I always saw that in her. I looked up to that. It was like she was a very strong woman doing, having her own business, her own products way before anyone else was doing any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, without her cookbooks, I don't think I would have learned how to feed myself in college.
Yeah. I mean, she was an incredible cook. She tried to teach me the laughing. No one can teach me how to cook. She wanted me to learn so bad because I worked for her like while I was dating in my 20s.
Okay.
And she was with me through so many relationships and breakups, and trying to teach me the ways, trying to teach me what I should look for a man, trying to teach me to cook so I could like keep a man. I took to everything about her except for her cooking, but I enjoyed eating her cooking so much.
Oh yeah.
She's
so missed. She's so missed. Yes.
So you're young and you have all this fame and have to go to school, right?
Yeah.
How do you stay sane? Like, what kept you grounded?
Well, I give a lot of credit to my parents. We never fully moved to LA.
Oh, wow.
And I had started a school in Atlanta, and my parents were really adamant that we keep our life in Atlanta. And so right when I got this show, my mom said, okay, here's the deal points and blah, 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 right? And the contract is coming through. My mom says, my biggest thing is that we can keep her there, that she can go to a normal school, have normal friends, and a normal life. So that means for us that we work for 3 weeks, and then we go home for a week, and you have to pay to send us home. And they were like, done.
Wow.
So the production paid for me to go home, me and my mom, to go home every, 4 weeks, go home for like a week. So I did that for every hiatus. I kept my school there. They were faxing and FedEx expressing the work.
They have like online
no
school
email,
there.
people. Yeah, so we were doing all of that. I had multiple tutors, just like trying to keep that sense of normalcy. And I really feel like I had a normal life. I think for child actors who don't have any sense of normalcy, and it's always about work and it's always about the business, I think it's a much harder. I think it's hard to see yourself outside of that role or that one thing you do. Yeah. And then what else do you
don't get to be a
do
kid.
in life if you decide you don't like that or that work doesn't come to you anymore?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Was there like a specific moment that you realized, wow, I'm famous and my life has changed?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is before social media, so it was like a whole different level. I think first of all, there was no internet or streaming television, so when people were watching TV, was all they were there to watch. So you didn't really realize how many people were watching that show on a Friday night. A lot of people, like 20 million people.
If we weren't, we were recording it on
Right.
VHS, and then we would have to
Yes,
find
and
it
then
when
you'd
we
have
got
to figure out how to rewind it. Oh, I remember.
We watched it.
Yeah. So there was a moment, I think, when I went to the mall. I went to the Beverly Center because that's where we used to love to walk around. And I went with Angela Watson, who was played my sister on the show. And we used to love to go shopping together. And we got into a Contempo Casuals.
Oh, I remember that store.
And there were these 3 boys following us, but there were no boys' clothes in Contempo Casuals. So, it was one of those weird early moments when I realized people were following me, watching me, You had
and then,
fans. Yeah, you just kind of started to become aware, and she was very, very recognizable because she had very long hair, and so we went to the Beverly Center often, and there were a couple moments we would go into a store and we would just get mobbed by people,
Right. Wow.
who wanted to talk to us or get an autograph or what are you here doing, and it wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't a weird thing. It just became this is
I'm
this is
famous.
different now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not the
always
girl
being
from Atlanta
watched
anymore.
somewhere. Yeah.
So many child stars, they struggle once the fame kind of fades.
Yeah.
But you found your creative path again. So how did you make that shift?
Well, it hasn't always been easy. I mean, I think creating is all I know. And being in this business sort of in different roles has always been, I think, the thing that has driven me. But there was a moment in time where going out for auditions and doing different movies, different things, it just sort of wasn't quite enough for me. And I just started to create stuff for myself. I had to create content for myself.
Yeah.
And I found that to be so much fun and so liberating. And it took me a long time to kind of figure out that directing was what I wanted to do.
Right.
I created content, I wrote content, I sold content, and then I finally was doing a lot of choreography for film and television, did that for 10 years. And I was sitting, watching one of the other directors thinking to myself, oh my God, I know how to do that job. Why am I not doing that job? That's the job I'm supposed to be doing. And it was that light bulb moment. And then I just had to figure out, how do I get that job?
Right.
Because that's the ceiling, that's the labyrinth that's really hard to navigate. Right. Trying to get people to trust you with a lot of money and have them, believe that you know how to do this and you know how to get your day and you know how to speak to actors and you know how to make a shot list, you know how to talk to a DP, you know how to do all the jobs, even though I didn't go to film school. Right. So it took a long time. It took me basically saying, I will shoot anything. I will shoot anyone's short film, anyone's documentary, anyone's Funny or Die video, I'll do anything. And just trying to build that reel. And I got my first shot on the Goldbergs for ABC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I've been doing a lot of choreography for them. So it just sort of all came together that a lot of the people there knew me and trusted me. And then once I flipped, I just was like, oh, I never want to go back. This is great. This is what I love.
Well, that was my question. If you ever felt pressure to stay in front of the camera. So you're like, no, once that hit, you're like, I'm out.
No, yeah. And I don't have if people have asked me to come back and do things, and I'm always happy to act. Yeah. I just didn't want to. I felt like that journey for me of just being another person aging out of roles, aging out of opportunities as a female in this business was not something I was interested in trying to keep up with.
Yeah, I get that.
And I was like, I have a brain. I need to use it, so. That's amazing. But I mean, I am available for hire.
But we're not saying we won't turn anything down.
Never say never.
Man. So you're a mom
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
How has your childhood experience in Hollywood kind of shaped the way you parent?
Well, it's interesting, because I think I grew up half here, but I grew up half in Atlanta. And now, I'm raising children in Los Angeles in a world that is very different than 1995, right? I mean, so much more to deal with that I'm just always trying to figure out how to navigate. Yeah, but it's, my kids love to perform. They do? Yeah, and my daughter especially. But everything we do is very small potatoes. It's school stuff, it's after school program, it's the local this, the local that. My daughter has been in one short film for me.
Oh, exciting.
Nepotism.
Okay. I love it. The nepotism.
But it's a short film that's coming out in a film festival, but I needed a kid to say a bad word.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm going to ask my kid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, then I don't have to deal with any other, it's
other
it's the
parents?
S word. It's not
Right.
that bad, but she'll be fine doing it. And she was great. And then she got asked to do another small film, another role in a small
good for
film.
her.
And like those experiences are great because we're just dipping toes in. And it's not like, we don't have an agent. We're not like pushing. We're just kind of like seeing what happens. And if it's just on this like small scale, like I'm totally fine with it. I know how to do it. I just don't know that I want to be like a stage mom. You know? I don't know
So
if that
does she know you're a 90s icon, or does she totally roll her eyes at you?
both. I don't think she gets how big the show was.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any scale to really
She
understand
doesn't know that we're like, oh my God.
No, but she, now she's starting to watch a lot more live action stuff. Like she loves Jessie and she loves Bunked, and there's a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
So she's kind of worked her way up to that level of programming. But
I've been watch your show.
She's been watching
Oh,
it.
she has. So cool.
Yeah, because so I have this podcast with Staci Keenan, and we recap some of our episodes. And sometimes I have to just stick it on because I need to do 2 or 3 things at once.
Right.
Watch the episode while I'm making dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you want to watch an episode? In the beginning, when we started the podcast, she was like, ugh, no, not this again. It was so funny, so shady. Yeah. And now. She watches it. Now she's like starting to like it.
Yeah.
She's kind of into it.
9 years old.
And
Be the age
she's
she would
starting
like it,
to kind of,
Follow the characters.
She thinks that parents kiss way too much.
Oh, they did kiss a lot in that
Very
show.
corny show.
They
It
really
was so
did.
different back
It
then.
was so
We were
different.
just talking about that earlier. Just like TV is just the kids don't watch TV like they used to watch TV.
No.
Like it's just so different.
They're flipping through the reels. They don't even watch a show. That's what's annoying. And they have all the Netflix they can choose. It's not like, okay, you guys, we're all sitting down as a family. There's one show to watch on it. It's different.
Yeah.
But-
And they don't have to wait every week. Like we used to wait for
Oh,
7:30
yeah.
on Friday night and
commercials.
beg my parents not to take us to the local wood ranch.
Right.
And that we could stay home to watch,
And watch
TGI-Fame.
Totally. Yeah.
Now they're
I
like,
was the same
can
way.
we watch it on Netflix at the restaurant with you on my iPad?
Right.
I'm like, no, you're watching it with me.
I know. Okay, most embarrassing moment on set.
God. Okay.
Or any.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot. God, kissing was always kind of a thing. There were 2 things. Okay, I'll give you 2 stories. The first one, so my character she started to get a little boy crazy at one point, and they wanted to put like a love interest on the show. And
How old are you and your character at this point?
I was probably 15.
Okay, that's about right. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And I'm excited as the actor. I'm like, well, who are they gonna cast? You
Is
know,
he gonna be
who's
cute?
the
Maybe
thing?
JTT.
And I remember the producers sort of asking me, like, are there any like young actors out there that you think are cute, or and of course I'm like Andrew Keegan. He is
so hot.
I had
Oh, me
like such
too.
a thing for him. I had met him once before. I was like, that kid is
He's
got
gonna be
it.
my
Yeah.
boyfriend.
And they fully cast him on the show. And I mean, we had a great time. He was so cute. And then there's like one moment where like the 2 of us at the end of the episode, it's like a Christmas episode, I remember that. And we're on the stairs and we're like, the rest of the family's all celebrating and we're just making out on the stairs. But no one told me as the actor how to make out with someone.
Was that your first make out?
I'd made out with someone.
Yeah.
I definitely had made out before, but like not on camera. So the director comes over and he's like, less tongue, please.
You're just like licking his
I
face.
was
Going after it. You're
my face went beet red.
But was he
Beet
like
red.
giving
And
it
he
to
and
you
I
back?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but he and I looked at each other and I was like, whoops.
Sorry.
And
Did you
I
hang
was
out with
just
him after the
so
show?
embarrassed. Oh yeah. I mean, we sorry. We like tried. We went to the movies.
That's so cute. I love
Had some
it.
dates. He's a total cutie.
Shout
And
out to
then-
Andrew.
Shout out to Andrew. I love you, bro. And then later on, like 2 years later, we went to do this episode in Florida, and we were at Disney World. So weird. Anyway, we're standing around, and it's myself and Staci and Angela, and we were talking about boys. We were talking about cute boys. We were talking about what we did the night before. We were talking about I was like wanting to get into downtown Disney. I like wanted to like sneak into the clubs. Like I'm just like whatever. I didn't realize I had a microphone on.
Oh.
And my mother had earphones on,
That is so funny.
as did all the producers.
Oh my God.
Like, mortifying. Mortifying.
When did you realize when you're like, oh, I'm mic'd?
Oh, like when someone came up to me and was like, you're mic'd, right? And I was like, huh? They're like, everyone can hear you. And I was just, that
Oh
was
my
like
gosh,
the
how
moment when
embarrassing.
I was like, oh, you have to be so careful what you say ever
See, that's why, like, I
as an
couldn't,
actor.
Yeah, be on a reality show because you forget that they're there and it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you have a podcast with
Yes.
Staci. Do you keep in touch with the rest of your castmates from Step by Step?
Some of them I do. We all went to 90s Con
Oh,
a
I
year
heard
ago.
That's so cool.
And a lot of us hadn't seen each other in a really long time. Like I see Staci all the time. Patrick and I keep up, but he was back and forth in different, he was in Colorado for a while and whatever. But I hadn't seen him in a minute. Chris Castile, who played my stepbrother on the show, I hadn't seen in 20 years.
Wow.
And he was there. I hadn't seen Brandon Call in maybe 20 years. So it was really fun. It's like a weird reunion of all these people that you knew so well for such a small period of time.
Like a family reunion.
Yeah, I feel like you almost grew up
Oh,
together.
we totally did. We totally did. And we're all, and people, I feel like I think I and Patrick really are the only two that still are in the entertainment industry. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. So also I don't run into anybody.
Right.
Do the rest of them have like regular jobs?
Yeah, so Staci's a criminal prosecutor.
Oh, wow.
I know, totally badass,
so
right?
cool.
Yeah. She's been doing that for over a decade. Brandon Call, he has a lot of investments and does a lot of property management, invested very well. Chris is a school teacher. I know.
How cool would that be?
Imagine that being
Yes.
You
Yeah.
want to see my TV show? You think I'm cool? I'll show you who's cool.
Yeah. So it was just really fun. And then there were all these other people there too that I feel like I crossed paths with over and over again, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and like it's just
I
like.
loved that show.
And then you're walking down the aisle, and you're like, oh, they're the boys from Roswell, and like you feel like you're right back in your. Oh, they look cute.
You feel like you're back in the 90s.
90s was so
It was the best.
Yeah.
It
90s
was,
music and 90s TV was just
it was the
so
best.
good.
Was that when Get a Life was out? Do you remember Get a Life?
Oh, I do remember that
With
show.
Chris
Elliott.
Elliott, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so my
Yeah.
dad was a producer on that show.
You're kidding.
So I grew up, my dad's producer, director, like I grew up in the whole, like in LA,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So my dad was like, I was like, I want to be on one of the shows. Like, let me be an extra. So he's like, okay, so me and my best friend like went out to audition. My dad's like, okay, that one you need to hire. That's the one, guys. So we all like did the whole audition. And then they came back and they're like, okay, Marie Norton. My dad's like, that's not my daughter. Died, and I was like, she always gets the roles. And so my dad playing the producer car is like, well, now you got to hire both of them.
Oh my God.
They both came to set me. You had like the trailer with my name on it.
So
It was fun, but I never wanted to get into it.
Yeah.
It was
But
just,
it's fun for a day though.
it was fun. And we had the
Yeah.
teacher, we had school on set.
Of course.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I was a PA once on set.
What's that?
Oh, me too.
What's the why can't I think of it? A PA. A production assistant.
Yeah, but for what show?
Sorry.
We all know what PA stands for, honey.
I didn't.
We didn't think it was physician's assistant. We don't trust you with that kind of education.
It was for a Nickelodeon show called Wendell and Vinny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that after college, and I just was like, I can never be on set ever.
No, a
It's a
PA is
lot.
like a PA. That takes.
It was
That
like
takes.
a bitch work. Like, that is like a hard
That's a
job.
hard job.
A lot of hours.
Running
Getting the coffees.
around. and-
Running around, like.
Yeah.
But I just made friends with like the ADs on set, and I was like,
So aside from the podcast, what are you working on now, and where can our listeners kind of keep up with you?
Well, I have several films that are sort of doing film festival circuits now. I have a film called The Fun and Funny that I shot in collaboration with Fujifilm, and then another one called The Whole Truth, which is a comedy, also deals with women's health postpartum. Really cool. And we have the podcast, so yes, working on that. It's Keenan and Lakin Give You Deja Vu.
Oh, I love that.
And we recap
so
episodes,
cute.
but we also talk a lot about the 90s. We talk a lot about stuff that people didn't know, memories we both have behind the scenes. She's a few years older than me. So in the beginning of us working together on the show, she was like in a different realm. Right. She was like in high school, and I was still in middle school.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you don't
different.
really, you're not really like vibing. But I always looked up to her and thought she was like the coolest, you know, and just wanted to be just like her, and, you know. So, and then as we went on in the series, we got closer, and then we saw each other at UCLA a bit, and then she went off to be a lawyer, and there was like a whole sort of period of time where I didn't see her. So it's been really fun to come back together and kind of like revisit and dish about all kinds of stuff that I never knew and that she never knew.
That's so fun.
And she's never watched the show, so she's watching it for the first time.
Oh, that's cool.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. By
Never
choice,
cared-
just never cared to
Never
watch it.
cared to see herself.
Wow.
That's cool.
Didn't want to, be involved. A lot of actors are like that. I was never like that, but because I always felt like there was something to be gained by watching it. Because usually, I mean, yes, I found all kinds of flaws, but then I'd be like, well, how can I make that better?
Right.
But there's some people that were just like, if I see myself, I'll go down a rabbit hole. I can't
Yeah.
do it.
I get it.
And then I'm working on a documentary. I mean, there's always a project. There's
Right.
always
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And then you can hear me on a lot of, if you listen to audiobooks, I
I
still
love
do.
audiobooks.
I still do a lot of audiobook narration. So, yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of books?
all
Erotica?
kinds.
I love erotica books.
If I did, I wouldn't tell you. Just kidding. No.
Christine Moni?
Any mystery? Yeah, we need books. Yeah, tell us.
I do Abby Jimenez's. I've done 2 of hers. She had a really big book that came out this year called Just for Summer. Some people love her books.
Huge book.
It's a huge book. I'm the female lead in that one and in her last one. They're great. They're really great.
How long does it
reads.
take you to record an audiobook?
Most books now, most nonfiction books are between about 300 and 350 pages.
Yeah.
I can usually read about 100 pages a day.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And I read from 9:30 to 3:30, and then I go pick up my kids.
Oh, wow.
I love that. I love to read. I love stories. It's like it's an awesome job.
Yeah.
And I read a lot of Michael Connelly's books, which are all like female badass
Yeah.
detectives. I played Renee Ballard in his series.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so all kinds of
You've
stuff.
got a ton going on, girl.
I mean, you got to keep it going.
You gotta keep going.
You gotta just keep
Christine,
keep
this
it
was
moving.
so awesome to have you here.
thank
So
you.
nostalgic.
Thank you
guys.
So
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Nostalgic.
But before you go, will you play a game with us?
Yes, please.
Okay. So it's Never Have I Ever,
Yep.
Truth or Dare edition.
Okay.
But it's Dare to Dip, Spill the Pudding.
Okay.
So I'm going to read questions, and then whoever has all their hands
So
down.
we do 5. Yeah, whoever puts the 5. And it's
Okay.
for like your
Got it.
lifetime if you've ever done it.
If you've done it, you put down.
Yes. Down your
Got
finger,
it.
yeah.
I used to play this, but it was with drinks.
One of our questions
So-
should have been, have you ever kissed Andrew Keegan?
Keegan.
All right, 5 fingers up.
Okay.
Never have I ever. Never have I ever hooked up with a coworker.
Andrew Keegan. I think I just mentioned that.
She's like, I just told you.
Yes, we were coworkers.
Yeah, you were.
Never have I ever took a job I regretted. Oh, I did. Never have I ever flirted my way out of a ticket. Or
Oh, me, I did that.
tried. It didn't work. I tried it, it didn't work.
never have I ever peed my pants while laughing. Oh, God. Never have I ever wiped something off my kid's face using my own spit.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Never have I ever climbed out of a window.
Oh, I have.
Oh, let's hear the story, Ash.
I climbed in the window. I was pregnant with Hudson.
Oh, I thought this was
About-
gonna be a
thought this was
raunchy
going a whole
story.
nother
Never
way.
mind.
Oh, like snuck out?
Yeah.
Well, the first time I met Barry's mom, do you know the story? He told me, nobody's home, don't worry, you could sleep over. And we were in college, and we had gone to a club in LA the night before. I said, no, that's so embarrassing. And he's like, no, don't worry. So in the morning, we woke up, and everyone was there. Sisters, dad, mom, and I am in a skimpy little BB dress. You know exactly, you were wearing those dresses 2 of those days. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, just go out the back door, So we run out the back door. And out walks his mom and says, like, hi, what's your name? Nice to meet you. I was wearing gold sparkles, gold shoes, and
Doing the walk of shame.
definitely walked
Dare
in.
to dip or spill the pudding?
Spill the pudding.
What's your most embarrassing childhood memory that still haunts you?
I mean, mine was my hair, to be honest.
I know. I can commit commiserate with her. I can commiserate
You guys,
with her.
before there were such things as flat irons, my best friend at the time, I used to have really tight curly hair, like Jewish curls, like you never knew. She now is a hairdresser, and we used to spend our Friday nights watching TGI-F, and she would blow dry my hair, and it would like get like a lion.
Like a chia pet. They used to call me chia pet. Did they call you chia pet?
And then they came out with a flat iron. They used to be like this thick.
So big.
Yeah.
They're like
Hot
iron.
tools,
And then she would
hot tools.
iron my hair, and it would be like mousy brown, and then I got pimples and braces, and that just haunts me to this
Oh, the 90s.
Literally the 90s.
All right. Well, that was amazing.
Christine,
So
thank
fun.
you so
much.
much.
Thank you guys.
so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. We drank the tequila.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I drank my tequila already.